What is up and welcome to another edition of Worth a Watch with me, Anthony Flores. This is going to be my review for Teenage Mutant Michael Bay Turtles. Yeah, I know. Let the Michael Bay jokes begin. I really don't give a shit about him, actually. I don't mean to just jump on the bandwagon. I shouldn't even bother doing that. I'm not going to rant on Michael Bay. He's not even on my radar, let alone the actual director on this movie, Jonathan Liebsman. The fuck who brought us Battle Los Angeles. I didn't even see that film. All I've heard is just terrible things about that movie. And of course Michael Bay has skewered the Transformers mythology and lore and whatever the fuck is in Transformers. He's fucked that up pretty well by this point. Aside from the first movie, I really enjoyed. The second movie is arguably one of the best guilty pleasures ever. The third film, I thought it was okay too. And then the fourth I didn't even bother watching because I just didn't give a shit. I'm tired of explosions and cars and... Way to go, Michael Bay. You just kind of fucked over explosions for the rest of us. But without going too much on a tangent on just Michael Bay, the fuck who's producing this? So, let's get to the fucking movie. Let's just... What I enjoyed about this movie is the Turtles. The Turtles themselves are the only saving grace that would even bother for me to truly recommend to you to see the film, at least in the matinee price, let alone seeing it at all. If you're a fan of the Ninja Turtles, arguably you're going to probably just see it anyways. I'm a casual fan. I still own some of the VHS tapes that I enjoyed as a kid. I had action figures. Always loved saying, "Cowabunga, dudes!" And I even did a stupid little vine on it. Just gnarly, and I don't know what the hell this means, and pizza, and... Actually, I wouldn't mind some pizza. Yeah. I did eat pizza at the theater, though, when I watched this, so you had to do that. You have to eat pizza when you see a Turtles movie. So, I had fun with this movie as a guilty pleasure, more than anything. Because it's so dumb, and there's hardly any script or plot in this. And, as I said, the thing I truly loved seeing, once again on the big screen, in live-action CGI form, the Turtles. Michelangelo has always been my favorite turtle. Just this goofball, over-the-top surfer dude character. And they got him down really well. The actor who portrayed him in the film, fucking kudos to you, man. You brought Michelangelo to life really well. And everybody else did a great job too. Donatello and Leonardo and Raphael. All of them are portrayed very well. The personalities shine through all that CGI. And the designs, I think, are very, very different and very cool. I thought they were pretty badass as 6-foot-tall ninja turtles. So, yeah, I didn't hate that. I thought that was a good change. And I definitely dug some of the stories. They kind of changed up a bit, too. One quick thing I'll just kind of review over is that there is an initial meeting that they technically had because when they're still little baby turtles. They were in a science lab in this movie, and then April O'Neil actually was a little girl who was interacting with them, feeding them and stuff, feeding them pizza and stuff. And her father was a scientist working with William Fichtner, one of the obvious villains in the movie, who works with Shredder. And yeah, that little hint of a detail, again, don't mean to spoil it, but odds are you may not even care, I don't know, but that's just a small little change that I very much enjoyed. I thought that was cool and interesting compared to the original cartoon that I mostly remember and some of the live-action movies. So, little things like that, when they changed them up, I thought that was good. I thought that was awesome and a nice connection. They were interlocking everything together a little bit better, but for everything like that, we got like Shreddertron. Basically, it's a hybrid of Shredder and Megatron. That's basically what, and the effects sounded exactly the same, coming from a Transformers Michael Bay movie. So I thought that was a little stupid, but Michael Bay loves his Transformer sound effects, I guess. So for every awesome, cool change, there's always like 3 other crappy things they shoved in here. And it's unfortunate that Paramount, as big of a company they are, I know they can get anybody, technically. And I know Michael Bay's made a shit ton of money because fucking Transformers 4 made a shit ton of money already. $1 billion. I can't judge the movie though because I haven't seen it. But yeah, you trusted this random fuck of a director and this other idiot fuck of an explosion obsessed freak of a director that loves explosions and craziness all around to do the Ninja Turtles now. Damn it, Paramount. Really? You really thought? I mean, it's gonna make money. I know it. This movie will make money, so that's no loss to them. They only give a shit about the money. But as fans of Turtles out there, and a casual fan like myself, I didn't hate this movie. I find so many problems with it. But I was expecting to think this was going to be one of the worst movies of the year and one of the worst movies ever made. Instead, it came out to be one of the most blandest movies I've ever seen, with some really good turtle interaction and fighting and action scenes here or there. That whole fucking swinging around in the fucking mountain scene in the snow. I had so much fun with that scene. I laughed. I just thought there was so many nice moments with just the turtles. Everyone else, though, Megan Fox, best acting of her career, and that's not saying much. I mean, she tried. I could tell she kind of tried with it. There was some April O'Neil isms in there. Close, but nowhere near the cigar. I mean, just again, why Michael Bay? Why'd you have to make up with Megan Fox? I mean, she is not the... Well, she could be the worst actress for the choice of April O'Neil, but... Anyways, William Fichtner was fine as a villain. He's always cool as a villain. Hamming it up, basically. Shredder was basically non-existent. He just became Shreddertron by the end. And Splinter, he was okay. The father figure and so on and so forth. Tony Shalhoub was fine. Johnny Knoxville was fine as the voice of Leonardo. And the other two guys who actually did the voices of Michelangelo, Donatello, yeah, they were fine. But yeah, it's unfortunate that Hollywood kind of just gives over-the-top, very just bland, generic directors and producers to handle such great properties like Transformers and TMNT. But overall, didn't hate the movie. I just really don't recommend to see it unless you want to rent it. Unless you're just a die-hard Turtles fan and you can't help but to love everything Turtles, I would just at least say, well, check it out in a matinee. But again, I didn't come out hating this. I just saw a lot of the potential, and I think that's one of the worst things. When you see the potential in a bland film, you just wish they could have just kind of nitpicked at the potential and expand upon it. Because there were some great changes in this movie that I very much enjoyed. As I said, the designs looked way better than I thought they were, regardless of the nose thing and all that other stuff that people were raging about. But yeah, if you're a die-hard Turtles fan, check it out as a matinee. If not, stream it or don't even bother, because it really is a big, bloated, kind of dumb film. Nowhere near as bad as the last Transformers movie. For me, that was part 3 and part 2. This at least had some more genuine effort put into it, but again, the potential wasn't expanded upon, so that's due to the lack of writing and direction, and producing. So yeah, that should do it for my review of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Sorry for it being all over the place, but that's kind of, you know, what happens with mediocre movies. It wasn't awful, it wasn't good, it was just an okay time, I guess, considering I thought I was going to hate it. So that's it for this video. Thank you so much. Feel free to comment below on what are your thoughts about the movie, and that should do it. I'm Anthony Flores with Worth a Watch, and keep going to the movies.